Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is Tener's Human, and welcome back to our King Arthur campaign. And you join us here in the Peloponnese, where we're about to go and take down Corinth. Yes, Scipiones only have a couple settlements left in this part of the world. We're going to nab those very quickly indeed today, and especially to Corinth this turn, and head on to Athens very soon. They're pretty isolated. They're pretty isolated in general, and that's mainly because the Brutii seem to have thrown all of their armies into my chariot stack, and, well, yeah, we're going to pick off those cities one by one as well. Over in Thermon, I've sent a load of dogs down from good old city of Sinan here. We need to go and make sure that we, well, get this faction there eaten to death by dogs, basically, because I like that way of finishing them off. So we're going to do that. They only have these 5 cities left, Byzantium as well. Hopefully, we're to deal with those chaps before too long, but they seem like a bit of a semi-dead faction by this point. Who knows, maybe they still have a secret hiding. As for the Scipiones, well, apart from Athens and Corinth, they do have Sicily, of course. Now, we have it blockaded right now, but I do happen to know from last turn there's a ship with a full stack on around in this bit of sea here. So, we just send you in this direction. Yeah, there you go. So there's a fleet over here. We don't actually, I tell you what, we can't quite attack it this turn, so we won't worry about it, but we can at least track it, which is good news indeed. So you said just sort of swing into that direction. Make sure we keep an eye on it. I don't really want to sink them all, but it'd be good if we can get that one sunk. The rest of them, we can isolate them on the island there. So we do have armies coming together to go and deal with that. We have ourselves plenty of chariots. They're collecting in the chariot army with Arthur. That should be good fun very soon indeed. And otherwise, what do we have? Well, we have ourselves a full stack of a normal sort of force over here. Another army over in this direction. Everyone is pulling together at this point. It's looking mightily grand indeed. As for Egypt, things aren't looking quite so good over here. We have a full stack army outside of Thebes trying to smash it up. But yeah, there is a reinforcement force who haven't poked us yet, but it could cause us problems if we're not careful. More importantly, we have Gwaine City here, which is, yeah, struggling with plague. Now, it is a scripted event. It does happen at a certain time, so I have managed to pull them out before it happened, and they've come over here to Urien. But yeah, Gwaine City is a bit unhappy at the moment. Academy's coming in, which is good. But yeah, the plague is going to cause us a few problems, albeit that one unit probably won't. So, if we go and smash up Corinth, that will at least get us the statue of Zeus, which should help with all of that funness. So, we're going to grab our mercenaries. I don't really like them to throw away their life for no good reason. And we'll smash in with Conan. It's only a couple of units in here, so we'll be able to auto-resolve that. A few losses, but you know what? We're always going to get some taking out the city. So, exterminate that. Corinth will hopefully settle down pretty soon. Temple of Artemis for missiles. Well, we can make use of that whilst we're here for sure with these chaps. So we'll get those guys retrained. Now we need to be careful with our blending here. Yep, let's do that. But we can actually retrain them all anyway. So what do I want to do? General probably first, and then we'll get ourselves some more units. Honestly, if we're going to get missile troops from the temple here at the moment, might as well get one more chariot. I say that, we don't really need any more chariots, do we? We'll get one more unit of infantry just to kind of keep the numbers plugging up. But you might as well walk into Corinth with the army. That will settle it down. And importantly, we have a wonder. Statue of Zeus at Olympia. Marvellous thing indeed. Surely the builders had helped some giants or the gods to create such a thing. Yeah, maybe Zeus helped. I hardly doubt it. But yes, the beautiful statue of Zeus at Olympia is now ours. +4 bonus to population loyalty in all settlements. This is a massive wonder. And really, whilst I normally think of Crete, Rhodes even, being the key one in terms of the trade, I mean, 40% is utterly ridiculous. But to be honest, you can have good money without that in Rome. It just helps a big good deal. This one probably is the more important and the most important of all of the wonders, because yeah, public order is always going to be a problem. So this one is just magnificent, albeit I do love that as well. Should be commented though that yeah, the Great Pyramid is quite important in terms of the culture bounties of Egypt, because they just tend to be so big, especially as a unique culture. But yeah, I would definitely go with the statue of Zeus being the greatest of them all. So with Corinth captured, we obviously just need to have a bit of a turn to rest up in between. We will head on to Athens next and clear that out. Thermon, we just need to wait a turn. We need to get ourselves a tower or two. We can actually get a few towers, so we might as well grab a few just to make sure we have no problems walking in there. I'll get rid of one chariot, replace them with some infantry just to make sure we can walk up the towers and send the dogs in. That will be marvellous indeed. In a staggering set of events, we've had Gwaine City bribed by the Egyptians during the plague. Well done, you have not picked the best of times, sir. That is, yes, staggering. A staggering set of events there. Okay, Egypt has been bribed back to the Egyptians during a plague. Honestly, you can have it. Feel free to destroy all of your armies. But obviously there's no one in there right now. 3 turns till Thebes surrenders. There's yet more coming, but the rebels are blocking us. Yes, come on, rebels. Be lovely speed bumps that you normally are in my campaigns. Okay, let's go see these boats. We had a few defeats on the sea on the end turn, which was a little bit awkward. So we'll go and mop up these Egyptians here. You're also there. Come on, sir. Run like Egyptians, as one of the earlier episode names was called. Okay, and with that, that is all of them sunk. Good news indeed. Right, E12 can just go and blockade them because we might as well just send someone there. And what else do we have? Plenty over here, actually. So we'll just get these guys to merge. The 19 can go and blockade Gwaine City, and these guys can just move on ever further. So actually, might lose that. We did indeed. It's a bit annoying. So we have a few ships over here that have been picked off by a couple of theirs. You need to be careful with Pontus, by the way. I think they're allied with the Brutione, which means that we could have all sorts of issues if we're not careful. Yeah, this fleet also knocked us out. Right, let's go deal with that Scipii fleet, who were obviously going to land at some point. They've gone over into the bay over there at Thermon. 14 of them. That's not going to be enough. 59. You should be absolutely fine to head in there. Come on, clear them out. Average defeat. Really? Are you absolutely kidding me? I want to send this fleet in another direction. So yeah, we've just lost with those 2 ships. That's not really ideal, is it? No. They can definitely get their ships to land now. Oh well. Well, we learned a lesson there of sorts. Kill the Scipiones at all costs, really. Yeah, that wasn't the most clever use of my ships in all of history. But to be honest, that was pretty much a banker, I would have thought, with 5 experience on those boats. But there we go. I did want to send more of my ships over here, but I should obviously remember to just always keep them together. So these 14 actually could have a punt, but they're not going to win, are they? So there's no point of any of that nonsense. It's actually a pretty good army, isn't it? Ugh. Well, hopefully they're not actually planning to land here. We don't have to worry about any of that nonsense. You get back into port. Anyone else who can get back into port at this point probably should. In fact, you are the only one who can definitely win, so we need to send you over there. As for the rest of you, you can get back into port. So we need to get retrained on some of these boats because our boats are inferior, we should remember. So we do have problems with getting picked off over time. These 2... they're ready to get this army across at some point, aren't they? That's why they're together. So we needn't worry about any of that nonsense. The rest of you can swing over here. Right, I've got these couple boats here, or these few boats here, just as a sort of scout to make sure I can see what's going on across the oceans and the sea. Just means that I shouldn't get caught out by anything that comes along. So we're in a good position in terms of our vision in the Western Med. Hopefully Spain won't stab us in the back anytime soon, or Carthage for that matter. I think they're being insane to do so. They probably will stab us though once we decide to go and take Lilybaeum. That's just the way they are. So I reckon at this point then, we can go and get this boat over here, which means Cador is free to move in this direction. We can gradually bring all of our boats back across here. Right, we are struggling in this area, so best, I think, to be very careful about all of this nonsense. Head him over here. He says be careful as he just charges the ship straight into them. 16 over here, need to get back to port. There's no port they can reach, so this is problematic, I would suggest. Yes. Can you beat anything around here? Probably not. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll just have to send them back, and if they pick off one of our fleets, they pick one of them off. I have to just deal with that, I reckon. So, get rid of the dogs. We'll just go into large boats. Faction announcements. Mordred of Glaver has got married. I don't know who you are, but you are of Glaver, and I like Glaver. So that's absolutely fine. You can just hang out around there. All is good. Money is coming in nicely, so that is a positive if nothing else is right now. 24, you're already just a scout fleet, aren't you? Okay. back over to Egypt because we need to figure out what we're doing. As for Gawain City, we can leave this for the moment. It's currently plagued. We need to keep an eye on it, but it is plagued. So we'll get a spy. We'll retrain everything we've got here. Make sure that we're ready to pounce when the moment comes. Thebes, I am a bit worried about them, but I think we just have to bide our time and hope for the best of all of that nonsense. So yeah, we need to get back on the fleets, and hopefully we'll be in a better position. But anyway, let's focus on Thermon for now. Apparently there's an army outside, so interesting with some heavy oranges. Let's go and take on the city. Now this is interesting because actually we're going to pull them out. Now, we could actually attack them, but that will lift the siege, won't it? Because apparently we can't attack this guy without lifting the siege because the game is silly. You know what? Let's head in then. Head in before the Scipionis fleet lands. 2-to-1 ratio. We've got the main army in the city here, which obviously will, be inside the battle. But we've also got Luca here to our left. So that should be an interesting one. We can go snipe him off with our chariots. That's what we'll do with them. We'll leave the dogs for the guy inside the city. That should work for us. Okay, let's go. Well, it's a very simple plan here today then, ladies and gentlemen. We have got ourselves some reinforcements we need to go and chop down. So that should be nice and simple, I imagine. So as they enter the battlefield, immediately just charge into them with all of your death and fury. We're going to leave these chaps in this area. Marvelous. And yeah, these guys will just try and mop up anyone who gets away. So leaving these two lovely light chariots. The rest of you pull out and we'll have another proper charge into all of this. Some of them are fleeing because they're utter fools, don't even know how to chariot. But then again, they're all chariots, so what do they know? They're all utter fools. Right, let's get into this general because I think it's worth a second charge now just to make sure we finish this up. He'll go pretty easily, and I imagine so will everyone else. What's going on over here at the towers? They are both reaching the walls, nothing in their way, so that is all absolutely grand. Get all these chariots on top of the oranges. That should sieve them up. That was a general right there, and I don't really know what happened. But yeah, the Praetorians are not in the best place right now. Not in the best place at all. Let's get on top of those Vitelli gladiators because we might as well finish them off while we've got the opportunity. And if the Chariots ever listen to me, they might well pull away and give the Praetorians some space. We need to get all around them, lads. So then we can go and sieve them up. Do you understand how the siving works? Good. So, as we pull out of there, I'm sure all will be absolutely fine. So, guys, if you would like to just get yourself into scythe range, that would be ideal. These two lads can just go and finish the Vitelli gladiators. I'm sure they can do that job. And they'll finally put him forward. Good news indeed. Okay, that's the rest of the plan. We obviously have all the dogs we're going to go and drown them with. That'll be fun. The Illyrians are having all sorts of problems getting onto the walls. That does happen, doesn't it, on this size of city? Yeah, almost. I don't know what the percentage is, but it's something like, it must be something like 50%, because honestly it seems to happen like every single time I do this particular game. Oh well, size 4 cities, always a bit of a problem, as we know. Not really an issue for today though, because I brought 2 towers just for that purpose. Always bring at least 2 towers, ladies and gents. That's really the lesson we learn here today. Now as for the rest of it, they do actually have an orange on the plaza, and some Praetorians as well. Where did they go? I think they're wandering back to the plaza at this point. Yeah, they originate at the wall, so they're plodding back at this point. So, the frightened goats need to be hunted down, and otherwise we can just pretty much leave all our chariots over here for now. Hopefully won't be needing them the rest of the battle. Never know if we do. So the rest of us can really get on with our jobs at this point. These guys are onto the wall. If the Illyrians are stuck, you might as well come over here and grab this first and foremost. After that, we should be absolutely fine. I'm going to see if I can get these Illyrians up here. Normally, if you get it onto like high speed and start like clicking up like absolutely mad, they do often find their way in the tower, but I think we're having problems here. Why notice here actually the orange is actually shooting at the walls here. The tower's down to taking 28% damage. Guys, do start running actually. You're going to get yourself killed very, very soon. Come on, get going. Get going. That's a madman. Right, we've got most of these Illyrians around here, so we're just going to send them around the towers and catch a few more just in case we need them. Generally, when the dogs are moving in and around the city now. Hopefully they won't get shot by the oranges, but you never know. Might well, yeah, I think having the chariots might as well be a potential bit of use. We're getting the war dogs in, so hopefully they were to do the job. But if not, it's all well and good. We've still got chariots to back us up. This is a great game they're playing. They're trying to shoot the Illyrians on the wall as they run around the city. It's absolutely magnificent stuff. I admire your effort here, although they did just hit the general's unit over here. Maybe we should start running out of range, because that's a little bit scary. Really don't want them to take up my general like that. Be a little bit ridiculous now, wouldn't it? So let's get everyone over here. Thank you very much. Grab our dogs. They can come here too. Boulders are coming in, and they are actually doing a bit of damage, annoyingly. So we're getting the swordsmen to run up to the front. And with the chosen swordsmen, of course. I'll just make sure we have a bit of cover for the dog handlers, because they do a bit of stupid stuff occasionally. So just get these guys into position. We speed this up a moment. The dogs, ow, should be coming in. Right, we're just going to go straight for the onagers, thank you very much. I think that'll be absolutely fine. Now with that, we should, I think, have all the dogs released. Everyone now run back. Run back. Lovely, lovely stuff. Now, if we can go and get... Oh, they're not happy with that. Dog handlers, you're all supposed to be running away at this point. Now, have you released your dogs? You haven't released your dogs, and neither have you. Okay, both of you. Try and get to those onagers, please. Try and get to those onagers. That will be absolutely lovely. But if not, to be honest, oh, I've just told everyone to come and do it. You know what? That's fine. Everyone just come in and kill them. That'll be good. Probably for the best, actually, at this point. So we're going to get everyone to come in and kill them. Although we should probably make sure that these dogs, once released, just go and run off and keep themselves safe, because that's probably all for the best now, isn't it? Okay, some of our troops are starting to flee. Yeah, they're not very happy with any of this nonsense. Right, my general, you need to stay back over here, please, along with the cataphracts. So if you guys can stay over that area, that would be grand. If he wants to come deal my chariots, he's absolutely welcome. There are a lot of dogs. Unfortunately, the dogs are now just going for the general and not for the onagers, which is what I'd like. Although, actually, this have been dealt with. Well, you're the onagers over here. 26 of you being pursued by dogs. Yeah, that'll be ideal. We can pick you up. Right, quickly, get on top of them. That just means my general isn't going to get himself slaughtered. They seem to be getting themselves killed by infantry now anyway, so we'll just mop all of those guys up. That is good news indeed. Now, their general is now taking on all of my cavalry out here. In fact, Illyrians, you might as well just throw in a javelin or two whilst you've got the opportunity. 27. Normally chariots do very well in this particular battle, but we might be slightly struggling here because we don't have the room to charge through him. So if you try and get yourselves over this end, we might just get a break in from him. Where is he going? Where is he? I'm so confused. So, oh, he's still there. He's still there, and he's breaking for some reason. The computer isn't giving me a big announcement about this, but that is indeed what is happening. We do still have the Praetorians over here, which is a bit of a problem. Dogs come onto the plaza, and that's probably quite a good distraction for us, actually. Yeah, they're getting a little bit confused at what to do. They know there's a threat here, but they don't quite know what they want to do about it. Right, we are going to charge in then with our infantry. That means that, hopefully, they're going to turn their back, and we can get a lovely charge in with the cataphracts over here. Good stuff, good stuff. This should work very much in our favour now. Cataphracts running over here. General, get yourself over here. And all chariots just start heading in. They won't break in the plaza. These guys can do a huge amount of damage to us in the plaza here. So we're going to get ourselves lined up properly. We're going to do it properly medieval 2 style. And in we go. And by properly set up, I mean like Rotel set up, to be honest. In we charge them with our cataphracts. And that is a big hit on them. That's lovely, yeah, 47 down to about 32. Let's try one more of those just to see how much they like it. There's still a few dogs. It's quite gone the way we planned with this battle. Yeah, the heavy generals are way too much for the dogs, aren't they? Nonetheless, these Praetorians can only do so much when they're surrounded by dogs, infantry, and cataphract charges. That is pretty much all. Yeah, a couple of units of Praetorians just standing on the plaza that can defend against almost anything now. Utterly bonkers. And in comes the general just to finish it off because he's a little bit late to the party. We go bring out our big plonky sticks. Come on, there are our maces. Lovely. Right, good work by the knights then. They've managed to finish this off. In come the chariots. Taking more losses than I imagined, but to be honest, the dogs, an earlier point in the game, pre-Marion, you can bite up the generals to death with the dogs. But yeah, Praetorians in the way made that a little bit trickier. Still, we probably killed a very equal amount to them overall in the end. The city is ours, there's 2 more generals down, so that's pretty good all things considered for us. So with all of that nonsense all sorted out, there is Thermon, exterminate the population. We can hopefully move on to Larissa soon. One of the key things we need to get on with then is going to sink this ship. So actually I think we'll take this fleet over here. Nice big fleet, will definitely meant to win. And they have sailed up north. Grab all of these boats, actually just make sure no nonsense goes on. And that'll be it. Yes, good. Scipione have been sunk, which is very good news indeed. That is just what we want to see. Lovely. Now elsewhere things are going pretty well. We've obviously got our armies ready to go deal with the Brutii. Up north you might notice we've got ourselves a map information with Parthia, who very strangely actually have a border with Dacia, but a couple, so that's unusual. Yeah, and up here Germany are one turn away from giving up their town, potentially their last town, unless they've got Hyperborea up here. Potentially their last town over to us. It is just the faction leader in there really and a few troops, so if it is the last city, yeah, we'll see if he wants to come out for a last fight. Unsurprisingly, Egypt have decided to attack me here at Thebes. Now, it isn't actually a sally from the city. This is the force behind us taking us on. So this could be tricky. They've got themselves a few Pharaoh's Guard in there, some Nubians who are hard to take out with Chariots. We've got Pharaoh's Bowmen and all of this sort of trashy kind of mercenary unit. So we should be able to cut those up and hopefully cause them around debuffs we need to go and finish off the rest. Bowmen need to go down. They are the key because we can't do very much with those bowmen around. Chariots are going to get annihilated. So if we can go and get rid of those lovely bowmen, then we can start to do good work. Alright, with their Bedouins out there on this flank, I'd better very quickly go and move my force across the battlefield here and just take them out. At least there'll be a few units cleared out straight away. So that's really what I want to see. There's the city in the distance. Hopefully they'll be of no concern to me anytime soon. They amazingly didn't break immediately, but they are now. The first bowmen do look very vulnerable right now. Let's just head in. Let's go and cut them up immediately. We're in a very good position here actually. This is just what I wanted to see. Shoot those Pharaoh's Guards in the back, please. Straight to the next unit. Just keep ploughing forward. Keep ploughing forward. Those Pharaoh's Bowmen can't be happy with us. Good. That's them gone. And one more unit of Bedouins. This is ideal. We've pretty much got enough everyone who we can at this early point. We need to get our Chariots back into the game. They're over there. Just get these guys onto this flank. Get those camels over there. Good, 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 good. Head hurlers, you're in a weird position because I just clicked on you randomly. Get yourself back where I want you. Now, what have we got here? Don't know something. Desert Axeman. Oh, right, that's okay. Right. Just go and finish those bowmen off. Pull out and go finish them right now. That'd be grand indeed. They've decided to charge us. Okay. We will get into them. Send the dogs after them as well because, quite frankly, that's something that they can achieve. Oh gosh, you guys are supposed to be on skirmish. Please skirmish. Please skirmish. No, that means pull away. Just pull away, okay? Just do anything apart from what you're doing right now. Run away, you utter fool. Why are the Chariots so demented on this? They literally are frozen with fear right now. Okay, that's good. The dogs are chasing them off, which isn't ideal really because I could do with the dogs actually on the battlefield, but unfortunately, it's happened. We're going to have to stick with it. Send these Chariots into their flank. If they hit me on the flank, we have a chance to kill them. The second they touch the spikes, they're in big trouble. So hopefully, yeah, all the Scythes will be doing their job. Good. Good, 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 good. Scythes have cut them apart. That's the general gone. That's a good position to be in. So where are we now? Where are we now? Get all of these Chariots out to this flank. Light Chariots have been utterly stupid, as you might have imagined. Now these heavy Chariots, go and get those Pharaoh's Bowmen. We can get those guys dealt with. So, if my infantry can all go onto guard mode like you're supposed to be, we'll get you all into one line this time, that's fine. There we are, good. Their morale is completely trashed at this point. So if any luck, just start mopping them up. Get the cataphracts moving as well. There are the troops on the town. There's a lot of banners there, but I've got to remember that they're pretty much all down to like 25-30 troops at best. On top of those guard, we can't really let them escape. Cataphracts, just avoid that. Avoid that. Oh, that one chariot just poked him. And that's the end of them. That is beautiful good news. Okay, what do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Pharaoh's Guard here. Get on top of them. Get on top of them. That should just break them, actually. I reckon we'll have them right about here and now. Yeah, they're gone. They are gone, ladies and gentlemen. That's the first army completely broken. That is, that's a good victory for us because we found it a bit tricky to take out these guys in general. That's good, very good indeed. Now, apart from the Pharaoh's Bone back there, we just need to go and scythe up. It will sort it. So you two go and deal with them. And we just need to get everyone else reorganised a little bit. And by everyone else, I mean there is literally no one to organise. What have we got? You're a bit weak and you're a bit weak. So we'll go make you the second row. That is absolutely fine. So you get you over here. Grand. Where are my dogs, by the way? Oh, apparently they're dying. They must have run off too far off the map. I think that's what's going on there. That or... Where are these guys going? I don't notice they're behind me. Okay. Get these chariots into this flank just to try and cover us up here. We need to go and make sure we're clearing everyone out. What's happening to you? God knows what's going on. Fortunately, chariots are really bad at chasing things down, so some of them have now regrouped, but the cataphract in the rear should put paid to that. They're only Nubians anyway, they're pretty simple to go and kill. So just get everyone on running into the new position. Just poke these guys in the back, they'll hopefully just break them. I know it's not a charge. Yeah, that's a break. Good. Lost a couple of them there, but not too many. Pharaoh's Bone, make sure none of those get back into the battlefield. And as for the main army, yeah, they're so scattered over here, aren't they, that I don't really know what we're going to be doing. How those chariots are beating my chariots, I don't know. There are 10 of us and about 3 of them. Should have been an easy pick-off for us, but there we go. You guys just stay where you were, actually. That'll be no issues at all. And we just get all our chariots back in. I think we're just about done mopping up on this part of the battlefield. Yeah, we're near enough done. Get everyone back over here and hopefully we're able to take them all out. That's a general. No, it's just Nile cavalry. It's not a proper general. Okay, get on top of them. Chariots on top. That will be absolutely fine. We should be able to come up, even if it's only a light chariot. We'll be okay. He's fleeing. He is fleeing. Good, good, good. Right, get the rest of them out there. Ideal at this point. Now, honestly, I reckon just charging with various units is probably the best way to go because they've got no formation. They're just down to like 10 and 8 little numbers like that. It's ridiculous. So, on top of the Desert Axemen, just get running. Actually have some units back there, apparently. Didn't even realise that. Don't know who you are, but just get in and finish this battle. It looks like it's done before this little reinforcement force has even begun. Yeah, this is good as over, isn't it? It is pretty much as good as done. Just keep charging, lads. Just keep charging them down. Good. Well, that went a lot better than I thought. 27% loss, which isn't too bad. Is there actually a unit back here who's actually got themselves back into the battle? No, it doesn't look like it. It's just going to be these guys back here. Apparently, we're just letting shoot us. Yeah. There's someone sneaking around the long way. Right, someone charge, please. Anyone. In fact, all units just go and kill them. Come on, get on it. Clear victory then. 1,152 kills. That's a good victory for us. And with any luck, this means that we can start to regain control of the region. Now, that's more of a problem. This defeat for that ship. There's going to be another defeat for this ship, so my scouts are being knocked out. Thebes has been captured, and extermination is really our only choice. Because Venade has been captured, and they've just killed themselves, have they? Interesting. Just occupy, I suppose. That is it. Is that the end of the Germans? Doesn't... No. Apparently it's not the end of the Germans, ladies and gentlemen. So, we'll come back to Hengist's pet line in a moment. I guess they have this region up here. Okay, so they've taken on the Amazons and won. Well done, sirs. That's at least something, isn't it? Well, I'm going to go and have a little spy on that situation then. Come and spy. You can go a bit further. Okay, good, good, good. So that's been dealt with. We've gone and got ourselves a border up here. Now, Gehares of Luvian. I've realised I haven't named any of these towns. We've taken them. I can't remember who took what. But I will call this the great town of Gehares. So, Gehares. If I spelled that correctly, I believe I have. Lovely. And we'll call this something else. We can call this Luvian. Now we'll just call it Home Sweet Home. I quite like Domus, Ducus Domus. Why not? Let's just stick with that for now. So money is looking ridiculously good now. That means it's going to start getting all sorts of corruption traits. But Hengist has got himself a pet line, which isn't too bad. Can't argue with that. He's got Reverent, fond of about rhymes. Good, he's picking up all sorts of nice things here. Keep him in there for just a little bit longer. Lecce has itself a lovely scriptorium. just making life all the better. Oh yes, there were some rebels over here. Just going to poke them. I thought I'd just send in Arthur himself, actually. See how that went. Well done, sir. Come on, give me the sword. Give me the sword. Give me the sword. And he gained the sword bearer. There it is. We've gained ourselves Excalibur, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, this is marvellous. This is the day we went for. Arthur the Conqueror, no less, by the way. His title, his epithet has changed. So there we go. +1 valour to his generals. We gain 1 experience in that panel anyway. And +1 to personal security. Marvellous news. He now has someone walking along with him to give him Excalibur. So now he's gone off on his mission by himself. His chariots can join him. They know that he is a glorious leader who can lead them to many victories. Good news indeed. Right, head hurlers, get yourselves down here. Obviously Peleus is just ridiculous and gives us 4 experience head hurlers. So that's all we do out of there. We just pump out head hurlers forevermore. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So resistance is futile down in Thebes. That has fallen to us, and with any luck, we'll be in a very good position from here to start pushing them back, because we've been struggling this part of the world. It has not been easy at all, has it? No. Right, we're going to have to retrain the rest of those because they're all a little bit awkward numbers for the time being. And I reckon then, what do we want? To be honest, just some infantry for the time being, just to hold a line. But we're looking good. Queen City, hopefully, is about to lose the plague very soon. Then we'll go and take it back. But for now, we can just leave it as it is. Oh, yes, this is grand indeed. I'll tell you what we could do. Go have a quick battle out here. Listen, I wonder if they can win this, camels, by themselves. No, they lost. Brilliant work, lads. I thought they could at least have a go at it. Right, let's send these guys. They don't want to do that. Okay. They lost as well. Wow. These bowmen are just magnificent beasts, apparently. Alright, we'll just send in some chariots. This time, are they going to win? No, these are the best auto-resolve troops in the history of Total War. No, the game literally refuses to let me win on auto-resolve. That's quite interesting. Okay, well, ignoring that little travesty, get these guys retrained. We hardly lack for funding, do we? So we get those guys retrained, and yeah, we'll deal with him at some point. So we have ourselves a spy over here. I'm not worried about Numidia. Clearly they're doing nothing at all, but I might as well go have a little bit of a further eye on the territory. So the game will let me go beyond this little fork in the road. That would be magnificent. So Queen City will fall back very, very soon. What I need to do in the meantime... Oh, boats. That's not good. The rebel forces are stronger than mine at this point, which is probably because I need to be preparing my ships rather than, you know, just getting them sunk like I just did there. Okay, we will at least claim a couple of victories. We actually don't have a port over here at the moment, so we should probably head back to Elwood, just make sure we get ourselves retrained over there. Yeah, we're really struggling in terms of the navy in this part of the world, aren't we? Let's get on top of this Briton navy, just sink that, that'll be gone. And from there we can hopefully start to push back and get ourselves into port. So they're at 7. They set one of my ships and they're right next to the port last time, which is a bit of a shame. Everyone else, back into dock. Back into dock. We'll just go and get everyone everywhere retrained. It's a bit ridiculous. Yeah, we've not taken enough care of repairing these ships as and when they have fallen. So I'll get all those back into port in the eastern part of the world. This part, we do have a spy that's just landed. You probably get a slightly better idea of what all these forces are. Oh, great. Now we don't. Well done, game. Okay, we've got a few infantry pigs, which suggests to me, actually, I should go get some elephants just for the pigs to be worthwhile in the battle. I do like the infantry pigs. And otherwise, yeah, just lots of buildings. We can afford, obviously, to build in all of our towns now because our money's just gone ludicrously, well, just ludicrously good at this point. So, yeah, some basic stuff sorted out, but in general, it's time just to get ourselves set for this war. So, boats. Boats. I'm going to get retrain all of those. And actually, on that note, let's have the Brutii. Yes, they are here. They are over here, ladies and gents. So what have we got there? We've got 54 cav. Well, I think we can go send a small detachment to go deal with them, can't we? I think so. So we're going to go send these two to go and clear them off. We'll beat them up. We'll go and take out these guys and then we'll head over to Larissa. Nothing different to normal then, we're just going to ride them straight into the sea. That's the way we like to do things here. We might lose a chariot or two, we're just going to pull around them so we can charge back into them. the chariots really are so powerful against normal cavalry. I guess we just start slashing up all their legs, and of course our chariots completely immune to, you know, the little scythes on the side. So that's a victory for us. That's one unit down. We've lost a little bit there, maybe a time more than I'd like, but it's a nice enough victory. Head into the next one, and actually outside the rest of the things look quite interesting because, yeah, we've got them all outside the city now, haven't we? Indeed we do. So let's go take these on, and we can probably just walk straight in. So we've got an homage. We've got to give that time, give them the rest of the units time to get in. Faction leader. Now, he's got a lot here. Do they have any other generals? Because I didn't see... Ah, there's one over there. Okay, so we're not going to kill the faction here, because my assassin couldn't find anyone last turn. I did wonder if they had anyone left. We did just kill a few, I guess, so keep an eye on that kind of thing. Ah, Master of Horse. Marvellous stuff. Haven't had any of that. Gladiatorial fight. He has so many traits. It's unbelievable. Right, let's go kill out Blackus. So Blackus is coming in from the city then. Reinforcements. That obviously means we need to be sensible enough to not attack the onagers straight away. We attack it straight away, we obviously end up with that standard problem whereby the reinforcements just run away because they don't think they can win. So what we need to do then is go and grab our light chariots and move those around. Let's get our heavy chariots and move them around. We're just going to make a V shape here. It's the greatest football formation of them all, the V formation. Just keep everything inside the V, gobble it up, and there we are, kick it in the back of the net, and by that I mean kill them all. So that's what we plan to do here today. They just about entered the battlefield. They have entered, that's good. So what that means is I want to try and get my light cavalry around the back here once he's wandered off to meet his onagers. I'm going to start running some units in now. I'm going to get the dogs running towards that onager over there. Just see if we can do something fun with them. Okay, looks like everyone should just be running at this point, so get yourselves running into battle. The light chariots are going to avoid the general. The heavy chariots are going to get straight in. Flaming bolt over there. That could have been interesting if it hit my general. By interesting, I mean devastating. So light chariots, can you just go off skirmish for a moment? Just make sure you get yourself round the back. That will be beautiful. They're ready all over the place, aren't they? The general's fleeing. That's him going to be cut down because he has no chance against any of this nonsense. That's him gone. Beautiful stuff. That is actually their faction leader as well. So that is just what we want to see. Okay, dogs. Oh, big problem. I didn't defend the dogs again. Right. Everyone over here now. Over here now, over here now, over here now. Come on quickly before the dogs get caught. Just run. Just run. Just run. Okay, good. Don't do that. Don't get caught up in it all. Come on, just run away. There we go. Okay, there's a few dogs over here, which is good. That's at least going to keep them distracted. We can side the chariots in. That's what we want to see. Good news. It's all better again, ladies and gentlemen. Right, Praetorian cohort, we'll send them all in. Where are these guys? You're supposed to be part of this game as well, aren't you? Yes, you are. So come in and smash up the Praetorians. The dogs eaten their other general at this point, which is just hilarious. So these Roman cavalry need to go down. We'll get all of these guys on top of them. The dogs have eaten the onagers. That's what we just saw, wasn't it? Well, that was a bit brutal. So everyone charge them all down. That's my men fleeing, as you may well have seen. A couple of light chariots. Just make sure we get these cav, because I really want to be able to just walk into an empty city. So come over and hit them. Ah! Archers! No, 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 they're going to get away. Don't let them get away. Kill them all. Kill. Kill, 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 kill. Clear victory there. 16 kills by them, which really isn't an awful lot considering there was a faction leader, heavy cav in there. So, that very much clears up Greece at this point. Larissa is now empty. We're going to ignore the other... No! Yes! No! Oh, this is ridiculous. Right, one of you, just get in the town. That was slightly rude and unnecessary, wasn't it? Okay, we should be able to move in there. Good. We'll just leave the dogs outside since they are apparently they're a bit too tired. They can't make it. Ah, it's these chariots. That's the problem, isn't it? Of course it is. Okay, we'll get everyone apart from those two chariots in. Perfect. We'll go take those off. I don't as well. I don't need to show all of the chariot battles, to be honest with you. Not really necessary. but we will just continue to siege this down for the time being. We are getting some units in everywhere else. Things are coming together. I'm going to go sort out all of our ports, and then it's probably going to be time to head on to Sicily, because I think we're near enough ready to launch our invasion. An interesting development in the north then. I sent some chaps out to go deal with some rebels, and we've come across this good old Epholus of Moganticum, which doesn't exist anymore, quite frankly, sir, so I don't know what you're on about. Oh no, it does! I never renamed this one. But let's name it Not Yours instead. Marvellous. Not Yours. Ha 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 ha. Because I'm very witty like that. So, with that renamed then, we should remind this guy what he's supposed to do and find out what he's got. So if you chose an Axeman, honestly, it doesn't really matter so long as he doesn't have too many phalanxes. They're really the ones that causes problems. But on that note, it's probably a good idea to go and grab ourselves some more units over here. You know, we have the odd chaps around. I don't like you floating at my border. They're ballistas, interesting, and launchers. I forgot they get some of those. Very nice indeed. Yeah, okay, we're going to have to organise ourselves and make sure we take him out. I think with enough chariots we'll be absolutely fine. In fact, might as well get ourselves a few cav just to join up. If he wants to buy the rubbish mercenaries, he's welcome. That will just cause him more routes. That really works in my favour. Inevitably then the Germans have decided to attack home sweet home. We have Urian in the city, so we really can't afford to be losing this. He's still got 10 years in him, of course, so yeah, not ideal. It's a fairly strong force, but when I say strong, I mean, yeah, not good against us, because really the Spear Warband are the ones that I don't like, as well as the Chosen Archer Warband. They can do a lot of damage. Otherwise, these other guys, the Axemen, are way too easy to slice open with my chariot. So, luckily, we've got this force coming to relieve it. Now, can you get there next turn? Indeed you can. So we're going to send in this force to go and deal with that next turn. But yeah, we should probably make sure we have a couple more scythe chariots in this part of the world, just to make sure we can defend ourselves when it comes to any particular incursions. Now, we do have to just worry about the Dacians around here as well, so I've got to be a tiny bit careful about all of that nonsense. But we should be able to deal with that absolutely fine. This guy's going to make it in time. They don't have any siege equipment straight away, so that's all well and dandy. Now, the main thing, of course, is going back to claim Gawain City. They're sending reinforcements in quickly, so I need to send in my troops now, which essentially means I need to get my army on the road. So, I've got myself 3 units of infantry. We've got a few more in the city at full strength, so they can come and join us. And otherwise, we need to kind of figure out how we're going to make this work. So, one of you as spearmen is going to be sensible, I think, and otherwise, what can we do? This Cretian's a bit too weak, realistically, so I reckon a few heavy chariots is probably just the best way of doing this, isn't it? I think so. So we'll get all those heavy chariots in. That should be absolutely fine. They don't want to do it, but they don't have a choice, and oof, yeah, that's a bit annoying. They fled with the boat, so now we're going to have to put it under siege. Okay, if they want to attack us, that's absolutely fine. They're welcome to give it a go. I don't think it's going to end too well for them. Probably in this case then I should send some infantry up north for the time being. Thebes, what you can do, retrain for a moment, get some heavy chariots. You've got a couple turns at the very least, and you, sir, just get some light chariots just to keep us defended. Right, things are looking good again over here, but as I said, this is very much just a yeah, let's just keep that war going whilst we deal with everything else. But Athens will fall next turn. We'll jump into there, we'll go clear them out, and I do have my, I say next turn actually, can we just go and do that now? We might as well go and do that now. I'm going to take the mercenaries away, I'm going to head in fact I'll get some more mercs, I can indeed. So that's good to see. Let's head into here. Clear victory. A few losses as you would expect, but frankly nothing too bad. So let's get us merging without doing anything too silly here, because we do of course some good experience in these chaps. Don't want it to go to waste, albeit they're just from the Temple of Nike down here at Conan II. So with those retrained, we'll be very much ready to move on very soon indeed. Athens isn't happy right now. We should probably just get that organised. Temple of Athena, hardly surprising. We'll keep it for the moment. And as for the mercenaries, yeah, I think we'll be grabbing the rest of those. Very nice indeed to have them. Archers, Cretan archers. We've got a few of those in the army at long last. That's good. I want to be seeing those. So, some spears. Marvellous stuff. Some Cretians. Glorious. And these are mercenary protests rather than the Illyrian guys, who are obviously the good ones. So they can just become kind of, you know, general garrison troops. But I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying this very much. Look at that loveliness. Okay, you go back to Corinth for the while because Corinth is a bit unhappy. You might as well make them chill out just a little bit. We will get these guys all trained up. But, oh, yeah, we retrained the boat. Okay, if we retrain the boat, we will simply get some garrison. That's what he was there for in the first place. That is perfect. Conan is getting himself a galloper. Marvellous stuff. And Thessalonica, well, I wonder... Oh, yeah, we can go and slaughter you. And actually, Bylazora is looking tempting. No, Bylazora, that's the battle we want, ladies and gents. Okay, Scorpions, Oningers, Town Watch, and a general in the town. Petrenko has 5 experience. That is pretty devastating, but we can take him out. He's plagued at 25. Ha 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 ha! Right, sign on the raffle. This is your chance. The wrath you feel for everything that's happened in your life, whatever the terrible things were. I don't know, but you're going to go and slaughter these chaps. Let's go. Is there any more of a delicious target than pesky Town Watch at this time of the game? Oh no, beautiful green cloaks though. We don't use them enough to have noticed that, but that aside, lads, I think you are the perfect target for some lovely heavy chariot charges. Lovely stuff there, gone immediately. With that, we can plough straight into the next units. Yeah, I don't think this is going very well for them. Just get one of you to go take care of the Oninger. Now, what are you doing back here? Please don't run away. I don't want you to run. They probably still fancy their chances, but there goes one of their friends. So, with that... Yeah, they flee, that's fine. What I want, though, is to get these guys out to that flank. That's what we are looking to see at this point. And if we can get all these guys on top of them, that'll be perfect. Archer Auxilia are getting themselves forward, which is incredibly foolish for them. Works in my favour, though, because I can at least go and get some of my lads around the outside. So I'm going to go and clear them out nice and quick and get some troops around the side of these Praetorians. And we will go into them, try and clear them out best we can. They're going to be a little bit tricky. Most of you guys can now come into the rear units. That'll be magnificent. General, you head into here, into the back as well. That should be absolutely fine. This scrum is going to cause a lot of damage to us, by the way. A lot of damage, but I'm hoping the sheer numbers is about to break them all. There's the general. So Legionary and Praetorians are only ones yet to go. Tell you what, if we pull out, they'll probably break from all that nonsense. There goes another general. The plagued lad has been killed, and still the Praetorians charge. These guys are ridiculous. Their morale is outstanding and frankly a bit offensive. Get these guys to stop shooting arrows. We might as well chop down what's left of your mates and retinue. And as for the rest of you, we'll just cut you down. But technically we haven't won completely. There we go. Okay, well, I'm impressed. I'm impressed, if nothing else, chaps, because quite a few of you managed to stand up quite a long time there. Nonetheless, if I can ever click this double speed button. That's why I never use double speed, by the way. Simply impossible to click on it. Yeah, battle is done. Everything is looking lovely and golden, and that should be the old Macedonian capital to walk into. Wasn't really planning on that next, but when the armies are standing outside the city, you just go for him. Heroic victory for us. The sinews of war are infinite money, and indeed we do have that now. And Bylazora is just empty. Oh, it's plagued. Of course it's plagued, Thomas. Well, I fell into that trap, didn't I? Signed the raffle at 25 is now plaguey. Hey, well, that was always likely to happen, wasn't it? I didn't think that through in any way, shape or form. Oh well, let's just get everyone retrained as much as we can. They're all going to die anyway. That pays the way of the chariot army for the time being. Just as well we have ourselves a glorious new force here. Actually, I probably need these to go take on Egypt a bit. They might actually be a bit better suited to that kind of an affair. I don't know. Nonetheless, it's pretty worth them getting into one good battle over in this direction. So we'll have our intern here. We'll get everything set up to move forward. A few more bits of retraining need to be done. And what else do I want around here? I think some chariots, just because we're now going to be lacking them a little bit, aren't we? Since we threw the last ones away. Oh no, Kainan the Wrathful has passed away. Ah, the city of Wrath. I don't know, we'll just call it We'll call it Plague Town. No, you know what? The city of Wrath. We'll call it the city of Wrath. That is fair enough. We've already got a Conan, so we don't need any more of those. Okay, sorry, he's a Sinan, isn't he? Not a Conan. Oh, well. Well, we've got ourselves another general up here. I wonder if they actually do have more territory than I realised. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, just a general's appeared out of nowhere. Strange that, isn't it? So, clear victory for us. We'll just get him cleared out to Thessalonica. He's down to 1 health, been in the wars, blah, 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 blah. We have the main army to go and clear him off pretty soon anyway. I've got all my chariots over in this area, over in Uther. So he can probably go and gather those and move them on very soon, actually, because we have a fair few amount of troops here who can go down to Sinai, get themselves retrained. It's not a bad town, this. Get these head hurlers retrained, apparently, which is odd. I know some of them do have experience and some of them don't. Okay, bit of an interesting mix of units there. So obviously we have a good old chap in Wrath who's passed away. Bit of a shame, he was young, incredibly wrathful, of course. But actually we've got so many troops here. They're flying out of our ears. It's just the generals really in this part of the world that we're lacking. Conan himself down here is probably going to pick up his new army. So I think next time, ladies and gents, we're going to see the end of the Brutii. They're Thessalonica and Byzantium Romania. I should probably check for plague in both of them. Indeed, they both seem clear of it right now. It's good of me to check that kind of thing, isn't it? Just kill this captain on your way. Good old Placcus can go down. Ah, there's a Thracian assassin. Hello, sir. You're my friend. So we have a family member over there. 90%. That is just beautiful. So is this what we got? Faction leader and factionaire, family member. Where is the other guy? Who knows? So we're going to start off with 5 hoplites because it's nice to have some hoplites in the army. We'll have a line of these guys in behind because they're nice to have. In fact, we'll make it 4. So a nice full line of infantry. Get ourselves our lovely, magnificent Cretan archers. I do enjoy having those in the army. We need ourselves a unit of dogs. Lacking in the dogs. Oh no, they're all my dogs. There we go. So 2 units of dogs. 1 unit of cataphracts. Come and join them as a bit of a charge. And then after that, we can just have ourselves some of these chariots for the time being. Now, realistically, I like a few head hurlers, and then we'll just use a separate army for all the cavalry. But this will do for now. We'll move these guys up together. We'll probably divvy it into 2 forces actually. We need to grab a couple people from over here. We do have Excalibur the Conqueror who could get on with it. Bedivere has been left over here. Actually, I'll tell you what, Arthur's son Hengist, I was going to send him off with Arthur, but actually you can go off to Greece instead. That might be better for you actually. Yeah, go take an agent. And take our lovely spy, your father's old spy friend, Roderick. That'd be grand. We can go take him. Right, next time then, ladies and gents, we've got our adventures. We've got our magnificent adventures across the seas in Sicily. We're going to take our armies all across. They're going to have some good old fun smashing up Sicily. And I'm sure nothing will go wrong at all. So as we just make sure we get the last bits of that set, I will leave you because this is very exciting indeed. We've got model armies here, model armies there, model armies everywhere, except of course for Egypt where everything's still a little bit of a mess. But all things considered, we're actually not very far off the victory here. 45 regions controlled. So I won't call it an end at literally on 50, but I think at this point it's fair to say the Romans are pretty much having their backs snapped in two. So we're going to take Sicily, we're going to take over Greece, finish off the Romans. And from there, I mean, that will get us to 50, won't it, if we take those 2 and these 3? Yep, perfectly. That'll be on 50 exactly at that point. Yes, I think at that point, all I'd really want to do is just take a chunk, enough of Egypt to feel happy that King Arthur has done his time. Maybe the death of King Arthur will be the end of the story. He's 49 now, so maybe another 10 years is about right for this little campaign. We'll see all about that, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to it. But for now, I leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Tenacious Human, and this has been our King Arthur campaign. Thank you, and goodbye. So what more could you want in the morning than to chop down some Frenchmen? Sir Steve, he stands on the plaza, he will never die, Sir Steve. We will honour you with that great man's moustache. He's not happy. Oh, he flew into the side of the house. That looks really painful. Beautiful.